What's up guys, Reynor here. This is gonna be one of my first YouTube videos, so please take it easy on me. I would appreciate some feedback in the comments as well. But I really wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people missed the point. I'm gonna go over briefly on what it felt like playing as Oliveira and what I think made him so good. Because I'm one of the few people that actually played him that day, the day he became the world champ. You know, playing against him, it felt like some of his decision making, some of his army movement, and just in general how he approached the game, it was very impressive for me. I'll just go over this replay briefly. It's game 5 on Babylon against me, so yeah, this is gonna be a little bit painful because I'm gonna see me lose again. I think my now ex-teammate's performance was very impressive and he legit played like a god that day. I wanted to talk about the first alien movement as well, because from the very beginning, it felt like he had a clear plan in mind, mostly to deny creep at the front, because he likes to play tanks in this matchup. And if you want to play tanks, usually you either camp, but this map is not very good for camping, so you either camp or you go for straight up pushes. Something like an 8 racks, like a 5 racks with tank pushes at the edge of creep. That's usually how you approach the matchup. So if you go mines, you want to multitask a lot, you're gonna want to have mines everywhere. But if you go tanks, you want to go for straight up pushes or camp. The reason I say this map is not good for camping is because the map is very open. So like, let's say this base, you take it as a fourth. It's very easy to attack into this, and the map also has a lot of bases. So if I contain the Terran, then I can expand freely to the other bases, and I can take the corner bases as well. And in general, if you play against camping, if you take one of their bases, you pretty much have the game in lockdown. That's your goal, and this is why the map is not that good for it. You can see he was focusing a lot on this part of creep, because he would probably thought I was taking this fourth base, and his goal, you can see his goal in the unit movement at the beginning as well, because he's a 9 creep on this side of the map because he thinks I'm gonna take that fourth base, and he was probably planning on doing a tank push there. But I think since I took this fourth base, he didn't really expect it, and now you can see him change his Hellion movement a little bit. He's going towards the middle a bit more, and he's sending the benches to the left side. Now I want to go over these benches a little bit because I knew they were coming. I scouted it, and I know they're here now. This base is not the best against benches, so I don't know if I should have taken this, but it's not this. This is not to talk about my mistakes or the decisions I made. This is mostly to focus on Oliveira. So here he obviously focuses on my fourth base because I have no creep and the queens don't really reach there. He also goes for the drone, which is really nice because then I'm forced to send another drone. But yeah, you can see that he sent the benches anyways, knowing that I had queens here. A lot of Terrans would get the cancel and go back, but here he sends the benches, and he also goes in the second base, which is a little bit YOLO, you could say, but I found this very annoying, and like he did a lot of damage. You can see like he's stepping forward with the benches as well. He's targeting the drones. He's not really losing any bench. He's like he's playing it very well in this scenario. He's going in the main base to try and find another drone kill. So here what happened is he killed 6 drones and he got a cancel on my base. I had to move my queens as well a lot. Like you can see my queens are here. I would like to have them at the front and to spread more creep. So I was forced to move my queens. I lost 6 drones and I got my fourth base delayed and cancelled. So this is already an optimal start for him. He lost only 1 unit, and yeah, this is kind of what you're looking for as a Terran. But even here, in a lot of cases, I would be feeling confident against most of the Terran players, because like you can see my creep is good. I still have a healthy drone count. I have 70 drones. But yeah, I think this game started to crumble really fast for me. Okay, so here you can see he's moving out with everything and he's sending the benches back. This is something you want to do to try and avoid run bys, because typically 2 benches put like in the middle here and in the middle here, they avoid any kind of run by coming from the other side of the map. So this is really good. If you want to move out with the Hellions, you gotta have some kind of protection on the other side. A lot of Terran players have like a tank here or a tank here, which I think is gonna place. So this move out is mainly to deny creep. He doesn't really want to get too much done here, and I lost my squad of Zerglings, so this game is going from bad to worse for me due to the decision making on the benches at the beginning. Like all of the benches kind of had the bench movement at the beginning had a butterfly effect on this game for me. I got the fourth base cancelled. I lost 6 drones. I had the queens in my second base instead of at the front. I felt like I had to make something happen on the map, and I sent a few links that I probably wanted to morph into Banes. Now I can't remember 100% what I wanted to do, but I probably, like this amount of links, you want to usually morph it into Banes and try to crash into SVs. I was also expecting him, to be honest, to camp. He played completely different, and let's see what he does now. Okay, here you can already see the way he's approaching the game. He's staying at the edge of creep. He doesn't want to go into creep, obviously, because that's a bad idea. He knows nothing, but this position here is what he wants to get. So he wants to try and put himself in a position where it's really hard for me to surround him, because if he has a tank here and he has the Hellions here and he spreads his Marines a little bit, then my trade is going to be 100% of the time inefficient. So that's his entire goal right now. It's not even to deny creep that much, it's just to get into this position here, knowing that I took my 4th base here. So here he scans for creep, which is the smart thing to do. Here I go for a cancel on his 4th base, but I still lose a lot of links. But this game pretty much has been a loss for me since those benches. I was in a bad position. Now he morphs the Hellbats. The Hellbats are really good in this kind of scenario, because you need Bailings to kill the Hellbats, and the tank kills the Bailings, especially against a guy like Oliveira, which is always gonna target the Bailings with his own tank. So it's really hard to engage on a position like this as a Zerg. Just putting pressure on me slowly. This was a very hard position for me to deal with because of his tank in the high ground. So he's playing it very slowly with this army. He doesn't want to kill me. He just wants to bleed me off, basically. And that's what he's doing, and he's doing it very well. Snipes the Bailing, snipe another Bailing, snipe another Bailing. Like you can see, his control was on point. He's abusing the fact that I have no Bailing speeds. Like you can see, the snipes on the Bailings here are very impressive. It's not easy. It's not something you do on the ladder every day, but doing this in a tournament, like I am, game 5, final day, it's very impressive, honestly. Like it means the nerves didn't get to you at all, and maybe it's just legit playing better than you would at home. Not much to talk about here, just still putting pressure with his Marines. Not much I can do, honestly. Okay, so what he does here now, I think it's a common thing to do, but I'm not sure if every Terran would do it. Now that he saw that he did a lot of damage, he just positions himself in a way that's so aggressive, because he knows that from the state of the game, since the early game I lost 6 drones, he cancelled my 4th base, I lost those links in a round bite, and he killed a lot of stuff now. You can see it in the trades. I'm trading really poorly. I lost 86 units against 19, and he knows, he just knows the state of the game now. He can position himself aggressively because he has more stuff. So I give up my 4th base because I think that's the correct thing to do, because I know I can't really hold it in. But he knows, you can see, like he doesn't even try to go for my 4th base here. He just positions himself in a way that I have to defend this sooner or later. I have to attack into this. Otherwise, he's just gonna aggressively set up towards my 3rd base, and the 3rd base is not something I can give up. So I would have to defend this 100% of the time. He's pushing the issue a lot here. He's being very aggressive, which he can afford, because once again, he trades way better, and he's just in a way better position than I am. At the same time, he's taking his 4th base, double factory, tanks. He's on 5 Raxes, I think. Yeah, 5 Raxes. He's probably gonna add 3 more Raxes soon. One thing that I noticed and I liked from him is that he doesn't transition too fast. So something some Terrans would do is lock down this position, kill my 4th base, and make 3 more Raxes and go into Ghost. But I don't feel like you need to do that when you're winning this hard, you know? You just gotta press the issue. It's also very impressive to know when you're winning this hard, actually, because sometimes it's not easy to step on creep. It's not easy to just push the issue as a Terran, and I feel like he recognized his position very well. Okay, here he recognized he could go back, so he decided to go back. He had to go back, because otherwise I was gonna go for a surround and kill his army, and then he would lose his advantage. So this is really smart from him. He's going back, making 2 libs and 2 tanks, and as I said, he added the Raxes again. But as I mentioned, he's not making a Ghost Academy, he's not making triple tech lab, he's just making more Marines. Because even if I pushed him back, he still knows he has the advantage, and he needs to press this advantage. Because if he gives me enough time, I have 90 drones, and if I secure a 5th and a 6th base, then I'm back in the game. It doesn't matter if you have Ghost or not. As I said, on a map like this where I can take the corner bases, camping is never smart. So yeah, he's just doing he has a very good killer instinct, I think. That's one of his strengths that I felt like playing against him. I felt like he had good army movement. I felt like he had good killer instinct, and he just knew what to do in exactly which situation. Okay, so here he knows that on this side of the map, I don't really have much creep. And he decided to move everything on this side of the map because he knows that I still have this base up. I have this base up most likely. So what do I need to do? I need to either get this base or this base. Now, the standard thing to do would probably be to get this base, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So he just knows that my next objective in the game is to secure that base or this base. This base in the future is going to be way easier to deny, because you like, it's closer to his base and you don't really want to take that one. So his main goal right now is to deny another expansion from me. And he just moves here, positions himself correctly with the tanks in the back, and yeah, just presses the issue. He knows I have Rambai on the map, and he knows he can defend it. And look how aggressively he's stepping forward. The hard thing to do as a Zerg, and I think he recognized it, is knowing how much army they have behind the tanks. Because like I see a bunch of Marines and I see 2 tanks, and here I'm assuming all of his army, except a few things at home, are here. Which is not really the case. This is a bunch of Marines and 5 tanks. And if I macro this correctly and come from different sides, this is a guaranteed win for me in terms of fights. But I cannot know that. So he's abusing the fact that I don't know how big his army is. And he's just pressing the issue very aggressively here. So here I remember this position. I felt like I was kind of dead. I was definitely behind. And I felt like I had to defend this base some way or another. He also has a couple of libs flying in while he's doing all of this, so he's putting pressure on the other side of the map as well. But yeah, here I felt like I should take this fight. I just didn't know how many units he had, and I just kind of rushed it because, I don't know, it felt like I was dead and I had to make something happen, which is not really a case. I could have played this out way better just looking at the replay. But yeah, here I go for a fight, obviously off creep. It's not set up well at all. Here sniper tank. I know now there's 4 tanks and I go for it. Then I decide to step back, which is, I think is the smart thing to do. Probably give up this base and try to take the other one. But yeah, I lost 12 drones already. Oliveira's multitasking was really good that day. It's not something I'm focusing on because a lot of people talked about it, but it was just in general just being fast. You know, he's repositioning the leaps, he's repositioning his army at the same time. He's obviously producing like a maniac behind it. So yeah, I don't want to focus too much on his multitasking because I think you guys know already that he was very fast that day, and you could tell from the games. But I wanted just to focus a little bit more on what exactly felt like he was doing correctly playing against him. And as I said, the army movement is not something a lot of people talked about. Here he's stepping forward aggressively again. I think this is a little bit of a mistake, perhaps too aggressive. He loses a lot of stuff and trades decently, but I think if he just waits for the other half of the army, it's way better. Still repositioning leaves, by the way, doing all the things correctly. And now he knows, like he knows he's in a position where he can just keep pressing the issue. Like, as I said, this is really impressive for me that he doesn't transition. As I said, a lot of Terrans would just morph these 3 racks into tech clubs and would have Ghost on the way now. But having Ghost on the way now means you slow down the game. And if you slow down the game, you give me a chance to get back in. He's not doing that. He's just rallying literally everything to the other side of the map. Because he recognizes his position. He recognizes I have to defend one of my bases. I have to secure another base. And he's fighting off creep. So he just keeps going. He keeps going. And yeah, here I'm pretty much... The game is pretty much over here, and I knew it. Yeah, he positions himself correctly once again. Just tanks in a very good position. Do you see that? Look at that again. That was sick as well. The Veiling snipe on the Marines. The Marine snipe on the Veilings. You can see that he's manually targeting, by the way. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. So yeah, here the game is pretty much over. I can't really talk too much about it because I think the game is just over, and it's just me coping and hoping that some miracle happens. I knew it, you guys knew it, everyone knew it. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the end of the video. It's just a brief video, as I said, just as a welcome to the channel. I'm gonna try to upload more. I already got a couple of editors, and I think these guys are really good, so I'm looking forward to the content on YouTube. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I will try my best to improve. I know this probably was a bit shaky of a video. It wasn't the best. A lot of room for improvements. Yeah, but I still hope you guys enjoyed it. So once again, just to go over things quickly again, the most impressive things about Oliveira that day army movement, decision making, and understanding the game perfectly, and the position he was in. I think those 3 things are what made him a champion. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next video. Bye!